Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today, we welcome water polo players Dylan Pham and Ian Tennimon to the program. We'll check in with 5'4", Mr. Pfeiffer in our segment, Would You Rather, and get an update on sports from last week. Coach, last week, we did the 50th anniversary special. Man, we got a lot of comments, a lot of good feedback from people. We got no negative, but we did apparently miss a couple people as well. But we went off of what people gave us off of those social media sites. And I think all in all, we've had great feedback from that.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun to go through it. A lot of positive feedback. Certainly, we left out a few people. Some people were loyal to a certain class, a certain year, graduating class. Some others, we just missed certain athletes, which we knew we were going to do. We couldn't mention every single person from every single year. We definitely went off of what people were saying on social media, so we tried to highlight those people that got mentioned over and over again, but it was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I thought of a bunch after the fact as well, and I think moving forward, we've discussed maybe highlighting some of those individual sports and players from the past in future episodes. I think that would be great for us to do as well.
And that would be great to continue to highlight people on our 50th anniversary.
Absolutely. Well, football last week, challenging again. They have a bye this week. Obviously, they could use the extra rest to get a little more healthy, right?
That's right. Football's on a bye week. We definitely need some rest and an extra week to get ready for league play. Football team enters this bye week with a 2-3 record in their non-league after the 31-14 homecoming loss to Tesoro. The boys battled, they gave it their all, but came up a little bit short. No game this week, so we can rest up and get ready for our opening league game next week versus Pacifica at Bolsa Grande High School. The girls' flag football team went 2-1 in the El Toro tournament on Saturday and then beat Mayfair on Monday. Alexis Schober was money, throwing touchdowns and catching them in their victory. She did it all yesterday, along with Taylor Monteleone, who had a couple TD receptions and a pick six. Some would say, I don't know if I would say, but some might say that she's playing better than her brother.
Yeah, she's starting to shine, and maybe his is not as polished.
Our girls volleyball opened league play going 1-1 in the first week. The girls swept Pacifica on Tuesday before being swept by Kennedy on Thursday. This week they take on Valencia and Crean Lutheran in two pivotal league matches. Boys water polo team defeated Fountain Valley on Wednesday last week before losing a nail-biter to Esperanza Friday afternoon, 9-8. We were down 7-0 in that game and then made it a 9-8 ball game. Almost pulled off the comeback. This week, the varsity team plays in the Troy tournament on Friday and Saturday. Girls tennis lost last week to Orange Lutheran. That moves their record to 8-2 overall. Still a very solid non-league performance before league starts up this week. Tuesday with the typical title match versus Valencia on Tuesday before a game with Crean Lutheran on Thursday. Girls golf participated in the Walnut tournament Monday morning, but they did it without their three top golfers. So Kate Zapanta and Chloe Wong stepped up to lead the way for the Centurions. And finally, the cross-country team raced in the Woodbridge Invitational at the Orange County Great Park. The boys finished 16th with Elliot Yee setting the pace again for the Centurions. And the girls were led by Christina Butner in their varsity race. They rest up this week and prepare for our Empire League preview meet next week on Thursday.
Yeah, a lot going on, as always, on campus. Get out there, support them. Check out the games as much as you possibly can. Well, these previous weeks, again, a lot of good feedback with the segments we're doing. We got this week's Subs and Grubs segment with Mr. Pfeiffer. That is the Subs and Grubs Would You Rather segment. Sean, where is he?
I'm here. What's
Sean,
up,
what do we got for this week's segment?
Well, would you rather, we explored, we got out, Slev and I were on the cart, we were outside in the sun, and we're just grabbing athletes, grabbing staff members, and a kind of a fun one. Would you rather have explosive speed like a sprinter, or would you rather have the endurance of a long-distance runner, a miler or more, right? Those marathons. But that one's kind of like that. Which superpower would you rather have, like Superman or Spider-Man kind of thing? Everyone wants to fly. Yeah, I get it. But it was interesting hearing what would you rather have, Slev?
Well, you probably want what you never ever had to begin with, and I can never sprint. I wasn't fast at all, so I would take that. That would have been a game changer for me.
The explosive sprint, like those what is that? Bull who ran about 28 miles an hour, right?
That's right.
Fastest human on the planet. How about you?
I'm a cyclist, so I'm going to take the long distance and be able to go forever, ride my bike forever. So hopefully at a good speed as well, but I'll take that.
I think I'd want half and half. A little bit of sprint.
That wasn't
speed.
a choice.
Well,
It's
I'll
one or
make
the other,
rules.
Sean. One or the other.
I'll make the rules. It's my segment. Let's go. Here we go. All right, here we are with the big boys, right? Volleyball studs, Coach Iman, cross-country star, Coach Crooks, Coach Feldman. Would you rather have the endurance long-distance runner or the explosive speed of a sprinter?
Long distance endurance, definitely.
Why?
Because we're on the track a lot. Well, I'm a long distance runner myself, so probably the second option.
Really, the endurance. You want to keep going, right? You want to improve, do that mega marathon, right? 100-miler?
Explosive speed of the sprinter.
Why?
Quicker is better.
Oh,
Sprinter.
explosive speed.
Explosive. Fast
Explosive,
twitch
heck
muscle?
yeah. Fast
Right?
twitch, for sure.
Sprinter. Endurance. Endurance.
Sprinter. Sprinter. Sprinter.
Endurance.
Endurance.
Sprinter.
I'd rather be more explosive, for volleyball especially. It'll be useful.
You know, in my old days, I would have said that. Now I would like to be able to run long distance.
Long distance, right? The
For
endurance,
sure.
right?
The endurance of it all.
There we go.
All right, good stuff, 5-4. Bringing it every single time we have something going on here. And apparently your segment of Would You Rather. Didn't know it was just Pfeiffer's segment. I thought it was all of ours, but he corrected us. His segment. All right, well, today we're super excited to welcome water polo players Dylan Pham and Ian Tennimon to the program. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for letting us. How's it going?
Going well. Well, water polo, sometimes water polo isn't on people's radar, right? Like we see water polo, or maybe kids coming up, they're not real familiar with water polo in general. What got you guys into playing water polo?
Alright, so I got into water polo because I was originally part of the swim team during middle school, but I didn't really like swimming because you just stare at a black line the entire time. It's kind of boring, and so I thought, is there anything else to do in the water? Because I'm not really good on land, and that's how I got into water polo.
Do you still swim as well, or no
Yes,
more?
I
Yeah,
do
still
swim.
looking at the boring line, but you get to break it up a little bit.
Well, it's an interesting story. So, back in the day, I had a cousin who went here. His name was Matt Pickering. He did water polo here too, and I also did a little bit of splash ball at the air base. So I thought it would naturally I'd come into high school do water polo.
Very cool.
And I can attest, water polo is way more fun than just swimming and staring at a black line. There's no doubt. So tell us about what goes into a water polo practice, into training for water polo. I know it's a difficult sport. There's a lot of conditioning that goes into it. What's the process been like from the summer and on a daily grind?
Well, for a field, he's a goalie, but for the average field player, we start off with a lot of swimming conditioning. So we do our warm-up, our main swim set. It'll probably be like an endurance set, and then some sort of like sprinting just to get the heart rate up, like fast twitch muscle fibers, and then we'll get into passing and shooting, and then just some team fundamental drills at the end.
And for goalie warm-ups, usually we don't do as much swimming as the field players would do, but they're still required to swim at a similar pace as the field players. And then they'll get into leg conditioning, which is a lot of, holding weights up or training with the weight belt. You're practicing jumping and the fundamentals of blocking. And you will do a lot of passing either with another goalie or by yourself with a self-passer.
So you're training with weights on your body. Like, people have a hard enough time staying afloat with no weights, let alone weight belts, holding up. I remember we used to use the gallon water bottles. You had to hold it upside down, right?
Yeah.
What's the heaviest weight you've done in the pool as you train your legs?
Well, I remember one time we all had to lift a bench, and I guarantee that bench was more than 45 pounds, I would say.
Yeah.
But as a team effort of like 3 people, it was still pretty tough. And then I think as a singular person, it was a full sparklet jug.
The big 5-gallon
The
one.
big 5-gallon ones, yeah.
Out of the water, no
Out.
hands, just your legs to keep you afloat.
Yes, that's it.
That's impressive. That's it.
Yeah, and the one thing I got from that is if you don't like swimming, be a goalie. Because you don't have to swim as much. So I do like that part. Well, we always hear horror stories, probably more for you if you're a goalie, but I'm sure you have this as well. We hear horror stories of what goes on under the water, right? What we can't, can't really see. This is PG-ish, right? So don't be too graphic on it, but give us an idea of what's the worst thing that has happened to you as a player, and maybe what you have done accidentally, of course, to someone that you have been playing against.
Worst thing.
Either one. Oh, me?
Yeah, either.
Well, the worst thing that's been done to me is, I had gotten the ball after I blocked it, and I was moving it out to counter because I always be wary of cherry pickers. And it just so happened there happened to be a cherry picker, and he came in, and he came to press me, and then I drew the foul, and then as he was leaving, he came and he kicked off my stomach really hard. And this was like a big guy, like an 18-year-old, and he just kicked off my stomach, and it hurt so bad. I had to pause for a second, and coach got mad at me because I wasn't throwing the counter ball. And I think the worst thing I've done to someone else was someone came to cherry pick me again, and he had me up against the lane line. So I went to go draw a foul, which is, as you know, you put your head down like this and make it look like you drop the ball underwater. And I accidentally headbutt him in the nose, straight in the nose. And he got mad, and I still got the foul anyway, so
Nice.
it was good.
Worst thing that's happened to me, probably, we were playing, this was like my junior year when we played Blenheim Park. We were going from defense to offense, and while we were doing it, the guy that I was guarding, he punched me 3 times, 1, 2, 3, right in the stomach, and then just sped down. And I was just like, I was in pain, I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. But you just had to keep going. And then probably the worst thing I did was same thing during the transition. There's some guy behind me that kept like tugging out my leg. So I just like smacked him in the face with my leg.
Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally. Right straight in his teeth.
You're swimming. You got to use your legs and feet. When you swim, you got to kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys wear 2 pairs of like
Double
Speedos, right?
No, just there's one.
Man, I would think sometimes
2's better than 1.
maybe.
Well,
You
there was
ripping
one.
Speedos happens, yeah.
That happened
That's
to
why
me.
2's better than 1.
It's happened.
All right, guys, tell us about the positions you're playing. I know you're the goalkeeper. You're an offensive guy in the field. What are your strengths? How are you helping us score on the offensive side? And then, Ian, when it's your turn to answer, as the goalkeeper, you are helping counterattack, but obviously the defensive side. And in fact, I was out there watching your Fountain Valley game, and you made a big impression on their athletic director who was out watching the game. He's like, man, that goalkeeper, he's a superstar. He's having a heck of a game. Many saves that game. So what are our roles out there in the water?
I play on the right side, which is more of the passing and counterattack side. So I normally start our counterattack and direct and like more like quarterback our offense, right? But I do get in my goals. And of course on defense, I'm always just hard defending my guy and getting ready to go into the offense.
And then, with defense as a goalie, as a single person holding them, I might kind of help coordinate the defense. I'm telling which guys are pressing on, and then I'll tell them if they should press off and drop to the center. And then on the counterattack, it's more of I'm looking for people who wing out the farthest away and for like opportunities. So say if they leave early, say like Dylan leaves early and it's just him, I'm responsible for putting that ball right in front of him or right near him and leading him to the goal to get a goal.
And that's a great feeling when you drop that perfect wet pass, right?
Oh,
right
it
to
is
him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So do it more.
No, do it more.
I'll do it all the time.
Well, we'll direct this question at you, and then the next question, Coach, you'll direct over here to Ian. The team's off to a good start so far,
Yeah.
right? What are the keys for this year's team, and who are the leaders on the team?
I think the keys for us is just getting our passing down, like right away. Passing and shooting, just being more confident, because so far we've only had 1 loss, and that loss primarily came because we had poor passing and because a lot of people, they just did not want to shoot the ball because they were too scared. So definitely have to build on that. And I think our main leaders are Nathan Burgos, who's the other team captain. He's the guy that's like getting everyone's morale up, and there's me, who's just helping just keep everything together, and then Tennimon, of course, on defense, just making sure that we all play our roles.
All right. And Ian, we have sort of a new coach this year, right? Julia has stepped up into the lead position. How has that been? What's that transition like with her leading the way?
Well, she's a very good coach. We didn't only have her for assistant coach last year. We've also had her as a club coach, and she was an outstanding club coach, of course. And now she's doing really good to motivate us and keep us disciplined. You know, even though sometimes we don't always stay in check, she keeps us very good in check. She's very good at practicing with us too. She gives us good drills to go over, and honestly, we've been doing pretty good under her, and I'm pretty proud to have her as a coach. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we come to the point in the show to do the fast action questions. You guys said you've seen the show before, so you should have an idea, right? Whatever comes to your mind first. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, do we answer at the same time? Or?
No, we'll ask one at a time. Well, we'll start with you, then,
Alright.
but you'll answer the same questions. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Speedos or board shorts?
Board shorts down.
Oh, Speedos.
What do you do when you're not playing polo?
Surfing.
Sleep.
Favorite food in general?
Burritos. Yeah.
Rice.
Rice. Favorite pregame food?
Water. I don't drink water.
You don't eat anything at all?
Nerves, coach, nerves.
Yeah,
No
maybe.
appetite.
Thank goodness it's not a burrito.
Same, just water for me.
Just water, no pregame. Shave your legs or no?
No.
No.
Big mistake.
That's a swimming thing.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. 5 meter, skip shot or straight shot in the corner? I'm going to go with you first.
Straight shot, top right.
Okay? As a goalie,
Yeah.
you don't get to take many, so let's reverse it then, right?
Mhm.
Are you expecting straight shot or skip shot? Are you
I'm
playing or guessing?
I'm always guessing skip shots.
Skip shot, harder to...
And it's always with the if they're a right hand dominant, they always go for the left side, and vice versa for left-handers.
Across the
Oh,
cage.
That's
okay,
one thing.
good. Favorite hype song?
21 Glock in my lap.
Real and Rio from the Rio movie.
Oh, okay. Would you rather jump in a cool pool or a warm one?
A cool one.
Definitely cool.
Yeah. What about cold pool? Super cold.
Cold's still better
Cold's
than
still-
warm.
Still better.
It feels unreal with a warm pool.
Yeah, and then once you start moving around, you get used to
Too
it,
hot.
right? We don't want it to start hot and then get hotter. All right, well, hey, thanks again to Ian and Dylan for being here today. Thanks to our sponsors, Subs and Grubs and Coach's Corner. Make sure you get out to those businesses and support them. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all next week.